And very good afternoon to you. Welcome to live coverage of the Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship. Final day of our 2024 season. And just a couple of stages for Ben Hunt to traverse and claim what would be a third career national title. His first since 2019. Dylan Turner with me. Dylan, I'm guessing it doesn't matter how much rallying you've done, you're still going to be a little bit nervous when you're this close to such a significant milestone.
100%. It's I don't care who you are, you're going to be pretty nervous. I mean, I did see Ben at the service, and he was typical, cool, calm and collective, but you know inside that head he's definitely got a few butterflies, a few nerves. I know he has done it twice already, 3 times, though. That's hero-like, isn't it?
Yeah, you're starting to get into that conversation of the all-time greats, and we've talked about this at the stream earlier this morning. Had it not been, that he had his career essentially alongside one out of the box in Hayden Paddon, we might be talking about Ben, up around that sort of 5, 6, 7 mark in terms of championships. So, yeah, something pretty significant in the offing today. This is the second to last stage of the rally, Waiotira 3, 16-kilometre test. And the cars should be just getting underway. In fact, I'm guessing Hayden Paddon is already in the stage. After they get past us here at the vantage point, we're about 3/4 of the way through the stage. One more to go. Waipu Caves 2 is the last test. It is a 15.5-kilometre, pretty notorious test. A little bit of a sting in the tail of this event, Dylan, in terms of, there are plenty of quarters that can catch you out.
Tricky stage. I mean, great stage to finish on. Fully challenged. I mean, we've seen a lot of people crash there over the years. We've seen a lot of breakdowns over the years in that road. So here we are, just hoping that it's not going to be like that for Hayden and Ben. That they can actually fight it out and finish without it not meant to be that way.
There's a helicopter there in the foreground. The bloke flying it's standing a couple of metres away from us. He knows a thing or two about winning national championships.
That's Andrew Hawkswood, of course, and he flew in here like a rock star, as he does.
Elvis has landed. He's
got his hat on and his family, brought his family up. Of course, spurring on Jack, who, with a bit of luck this afternoon, will become Asia Pacific. Which one is it? Japanese?
I think he's got it. I think he's got the junior title already, irrespective of what happens now, with Zeal having issues this morning.
There's the Hawkswood family there.
You've got Hawkswood crew.
Kelly trying to hide nicely behind the lamppost. She's doing well.
Jack's partner Olivia there too. No stranger to our national championship. Co-driver, of course. So yeah, Jack with plenty to play for too. I think he was trying to chase down one of the Japanese drivers to win the Pacific Cup as well, which is no small feat. And I'm pretty confident I can say this will be the first father-son combination to win FIA Asia Pacific Championships. Andrew, of course,
special moment for the family. So cool to have them up here. They told me they've got a beautiful spot lined up for Waipu Caves, the last stage. So we're about 30 k's away from crowning a champion, be it existing or a new. Well, kind of not new, is he? But
someone coming back,
another champion. Yeah,
change
of the guard.
3 straight for Hayden Paddon. Of course, we had the 2020 season can because of COVID-19, but it's been Paddon 21, 22, 23. So that's our vantage point. You can see in the distance there. That's the direction the cars are coming from. It's coming towards us. Talk us through the little piece of road we've got in front of us.
Right at the top right there, you've got a crest, so they're going to come round there. You should see them positioned to the right-hand side of that road. You can sort of see the lines because, of course, it's been the third pass, or it'll be the third pass for them. You want to be quite nice and tight on that apex there, and then flow down into it's probably about a 5 left, and then of course she's flat all the way till you get to the MRF tyres sign there over the crest. I'd still think you'd be flat because it's probably about 70 to 80 metres before you're braking hard for a good 90 right. That's got plenty of camber leading in. You can see the camber as you lead in, but then when you get to that sort of road closure sign, which is the green neon sign, it just flat camber on the exit. So, not a tricky corner, but if you get your line wrong, it can become a tricky corner quite quick.
Pretty easy to drop a couple of seconds here if you run a little bit wide. Lots of loose gravel on the outside
lots
of
of gravel, lots of gravel. No marks out to the left there, but I guess that's because I'm not doing the rally. Or Hawkswood Senior. And then you're down into, 150 metre, 170 metre straight. Then it looks like about a 6 left, which I think you'd only just be tapping the brakes if you're braking at all, downhill, and then it's probably about a 30 metre straight into a nice sweeping 5 right, and then you come back onto another 200 metre street into looks like 4 lefts in a row. So can't wait to see the cars' angles as they go around those 2-4 lefts. That's just above the Brian Green sign there to the left, you'll see that. So 2 4s in a row.
Yeah, neat spot, neat vantage point for us, the Volt TV crew here. And not too far away from first car, Hayden Padden will be with us very shortly in the Hyundai New Zealand I-20 Rally 2 car.
Starting to get excited now, it's not every day you get to the end of the season, is it? And it's
here
magical.
He is.
Here he comes.
So Padden on that straight coming towards us.
Up the crest, should be flat. Oh, beautiful. A little bit of angle to get the approach to the corner. Dips it in, turns it round. Yeah, just perfect as usual.
Just never seems to put a foot wrong.
Let's hear if he lifts. Nah, straight through that. It must be a 6 left. Just flat. Just a little lift and he'll be back on the gas. Hopefully that dust clears. Here he comes into the first 4. Man, he took that flat too. We've changed back to the other camera, but he took the first 4 pretty quick. So he's an impressive driver. Sadly, we missed him just come over that top crest, but we'll get the next car, so apologies for that.
So 2-minute gaps, obviously, for the FIA Asia Pacific entrance, and Hayden Padden well in control of the winner-takes-all final in that regional championship. He has a very comfortable lead over Ben Hunt.
Hayden just hasn't put a foot wrong, the whole season. And Ben's, had a bit of a shaky start, but he's done the same. He's, Hayden's done everything he can to win the championship. Now it's kind of just up to Ben, really, isn't it? It's, and I'm confident that he's going to get to the finish. Good car, run by Speed Hub, of course, and they do a great job on it. And Skoda New Zealand sponsor him. Top car.
Skoda New Zealand Fabia Rally 2 car. And should be with us any tick of the clock now. I'm getting reports that Carter Strang, who's been having a really, really good day, essentially in the all-comers field, having completed his Rally Challenge 4-wheel drive event yesterday, he has stopped on the previous stage. So
that's not cool.
Disappointing given how impressive he's been all weekend. Crew all okay, so that's good to hear, but sounds like another one that's been caught out by these challenging roads south and west of Whangarei.
Yeah, sting in the tail. That's sad. You start Sunday, you want to finish Sunday.
You certainly don't want to be taking a damaged car home. And
no, definitely
deserves
not.
better than that. He's had a really, really good run as he comes Ben.
Dipping it in beautifully. Look at that. Full power. I don't even think he lifted for that. That was beautiful. So he should come up to the crest, and you should see him just a little bit of a flick. Yeah, there it is. Nice little flick sideways. Straight on the brake, straight after it. Gets in tight. Yeah, full speed on the exit of that corner. That was beautiful. Coming into the 6, not going to lift. Yeah, just class. Full speed into it. Just a lift and a brake for the little 5 or 4 right.
How challenging is it for him, given, he really doesn't have anything to fight for? He's got to protect what is essentially in his grasp. No mistakes. It's just get the car to the end, no mistakes, and you have all the glory.
I think I've won a rally. I've never won a championship, but winning a rally, you kind of don't think about it till probably the last maybe 500 metres, because it kind of starts to go, holy smoke, we might do this, because rallying is just one of those sports where it can nip you in the bud at any second. It really can. You can think you're about to win in 200 metres for the end of the finish, you crash. We car brake. So doesn't sink in, I don't think, until you get to that actual the red board at the end. But gee, he's driving committed. That's not bad for a championship drive.
Yeah, it's not like he's clearly lifting off or anything, is
not,
it? So,
and it's.
I wonder at that level too whether it's easier said than done to drive at 80%. You know, like it.
No, you can't. You've got to keep. Got to keep at 100. Maybe you can button off for a couple of risky spots where you know you can gain a second here and there. Downhill, you know, you'd be a teeny bit more cautious. You just wouldn't be taking a few things flat that you know you possibly could. But you still have to push. Otherwise, your timing gets out. Your co-driver's timing gets out. And you know, we're only 3Ks from the end here, so it's looking like Ben's pretty safely through this stage. Hayden's pretty safely through this stage.
You'll get you on the times.
The
if we
times,
can.
yep. I'll just get
so
some
next one
times
through
up.
should be Emma Gilmore, the Vantage New Zealand Citroen C3. Here she is. Another good event for Emma. She needs to get to the end. She's had some issues historically at the back end of Rally Whangarei. She's had a really good finish to the back end of the season. Looking
good over the crest, just brakes, gets on the power, a couple of stabs at it there, but nothing wrong with that.
So there's still a fair battle between her and Dylan, though I suspect it's starting to drift into very much Dylan's territory now. Probably take an issue for Dylan Thompson to relinquish third place in the rally. Emma heading for third place overall in the championship, which will be a great result given, you know, she had a pretty rough start to the season. And there were people questioning, you know, whether she had something left, and I think she certainly answered that at the back end of the season.
Well, she too would have been questioning her own ability. You know, you do that, she spends a lot of money. You know, I mean, I know she gets some sponsorship, but you're still spending a lot of your own money. And, you know, it's not fun when you're not getting those results, when you're a competitive personality like Emma is. So Hayden's through with an 8.54. Ben Hunt is through as well with a 9.09, 14 seconds back. So just under that second a K. Well done, Benny. He's picked it up a little bit, and expecting to see Emma's time shortly.
So Ben Hunt is 15.5 kilometres away from a third national championship. Now, Mike Young would be the next car that was due to come through. I've heard reports that he is battling some mechanical issues, so fingers crossed that they are still making their way towards us.
Yeah. Another driver that's had a great rally so far. You know, he has had a lot of bad luck up here, and it's just good to see him finally get some good luck. 2 stages to go for Mike, and you know, here he comes around the corner now. Coming into the crest, beautifully done. Oh, nice angle. Just like I say, he's a straight driver.
Underrated, eh? We haven't seen on BB offices. We haven't seen the best of him in New Zealand. He's done a lot of the best things he's done overseas.
Nice and straight over the crest, pulls it up nicely, gets on the power. You know, it's amazing that they go from probably 150 clicks down to, I don't know, they probably do that corner in 70. You know, to be braking on a. You know, it's not a smooth, it's not tarmac, is it? It's gravel. Here it comes into the fore left nicely, just a little lift. Hayden did take that little bit flat, so there's just that, you know, that little bit of time difference, confidence obviously that Hayden has in his car and his ability. But that's where your little quarter of a second start to add up. It's probably not even a quarter, it's probably a tenth. But when you've got, I don't know, 120 corners maybe in a stage, those little tenths add up.
Absolutely they do. So all eyes in the infield here as such.
It's Jack.
The Hawkswood crew looking to see their boy Jack. The next car through. He's had a good run this afternoon. Had some issues with the car yesterday, broken axle. Dropped him out of contention overall in the rally, but heading towards the Junior FIA Asia Pacific crown.
Hopefully Andrew keeps his hat on. As the old song went.
Yeah, you can leave your hat on. I think that was about all he left on.
Everyone wanted a dad like Andrew Hawkswood though, didn't we?
Absolutely.
Hey? Jack,
Absolutely.
You're a lucky bugger.
So it should be the Force Motorsport GR Yaris bright yellow and black car, as we can see the
Emma's third
results. So that's overall. Hayden Padden 4.5 minutes nearly over Ben Hunt. Emma Gilmore 7 minutes adrift. So the battle in terms of the overall results are going to be Emma versus Thompson. Here we go.
Here he comes. Look nice and smooth around there. He's probably seen the chopper and he's like, right, better do this one good. Yeah, nice late brake there, dips it in, gets it in beautifully. Couple of stabs at the accelerator, on the gas, and off he goes. think he waved.
Starting to get that rhythm back.
Yeah, Jack's looking real good, and I mean, hasn't done a lot of Ks this year, but you know, this will be great for his confidence. And look, hopefully we can see him in a full championship bout next year. That will be so exciting.
Certainly would. So, hearing that Carter Strang off the road, stuck in a ditch, minimal damage, but unable to get out of the ditch, which is really, really disappointing.
Good that it's minimal
Having
damage.
said that, minimal damage, so that is the silver lining, I guess. Oh, there are some cars that are going to need some repair work. Old Kondo didn't look so flash. Old Suzuki and
the Suzuki and the Proto. I've seen some photos of that. Disappointing, but I mean, look, that is rallying. We all know the risk.
Best thing is no one was hurt, so
exactly. Cars can be repaired. All it does is cost money. Doesn't cost much money either, I tell Renee every time. They almost fix themselves. The panel beater ferries. They help.
So there might be a little bit of a gap here. Zeal Jones would be slotting into the spot. We know he is not going to be running. Gearbox issue, unfortunately, taking him out of day 2, which means he's only walking away with power stage points.
What time's the next stage start? I'll leave about then, that's what he said. Oh, got some action replays coming up for you. Benny looking nice and smooth, nice and fast, like I say, dipping in there, no break, straight into it. Emma looking great, sweeping the road there, early on the power, minimal oversteer. Todd Borden's old car.
So this is
Razan, looking nice and tidy, nice late brake, dips the nose, gets on the power, nice and early, nice and smooth, stays out of that off-camber exit.
Rahan's Variza, Indonesian champion. Great to have him over here, and good to see well supported. Lots of Indonesian support.
Of Indonesian flags around, and plenty of smiling faces. They're lovely people.
Hearing whispers that they are very interested in a full campaign next year, which would be super exciting.
Yeah, we so want them here. I mean, top end of the field in New Zealand is so competitive, and it just would be nice to have a few more cars in there as well.
It looks like his ability sort of translates pretty well too. You know, his speed has looked pretty
driver.
Impressive.
Yeah, first time on our roads, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, like, first recce, you know, and I mean, our roads can be a bit intimidating. They're very, very fast, and they know that they bite if you get them wrong. So, guarantees driving with a little bit in reserve, in a different car as well. I'm not sure what he drives at home, but, you know, it's always tricky jumping into somebody else's car. Who's our next?
So next up should be Tim and Lauren Mackesy in the front-wheel drive Fiesta.
Two-wheel drive, but I've been impressed with the speed that these two-wheel drives, these more modern two-wheel drive cars can carry. You know, they're very, very similar to a late model four-wheel drive car. Brake late, get on the power early. You know, it's only just that couple of Ks, you know, an hour of speed that they carry less, and of course have a little bit of less grip coming out. But they definitely can show similar commitment to the four-wheel drive cars.
Absolutely. Tim currently sitting third place in the NZRC two-wheel drive battle here. Bryn Jones, of course, leading the way. So completed times, Emma Gilmore 5 seconds adrift of Ben Hunt. Hayden Pan in the class of the field 8.54.8, as you said before. Ben 14.4 seconds slower. And Gilmore through now 5 seconds further back.
And here comes the two-wheel drive car now. Beautifully through. Not quite as sideways, you'll notice, but they just can't afford to scrub off the speed that the four-wheel drives can. But look at the commitment over the crest. Little wiggle to feel the grip. Gets it in. On the power nice and early. And off it goes. You can just see that wheel spin though. You know, they just don't have that get out of the corner like a four-wheel drive car.